Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. Tonight we wrap up Day 3 of the 4th of July tournament as the Docs get ready to take on the Springfield Timbers Elite tonight, the lower second-tier team out of Springfield, to wrap up the third day of the tournament. Docs looking to bounce back after a loss earlier today. We had a change in the schedule, didn't get a chance to make the adjustments with the broadcast, so we come to you after missing one game for the Docs on their schedule, although, we continue to make our way through this season and just kind of go with the flow on a season that is unlike any other in our recent history. But tonight we should wrap this one up with a good ball game. They take on a Timbers team that is very challenging so far here in the tournament, but is looking for its first win in tournament play here in Roseburg today. So we'll see how things go as the Docs try to bounce back and the Timbers try to get their first win in tournament action. Coming up here throughout our Mercy Centennial Medical Group pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jeremiah Robbins, talk about the earlier game today that we were not here for, get a recap of how things went there, and talk about the tournament as a whole. Also coming up here before first pitch of tonight's ball game, we'll get a chance to check in with the Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups as we make our way through. Before we take our first break here in the pregame show, I want to remind you guys that you can watch today's game online on 541radio.com and on the Score YouTube channel. Just search 1490 The Score on YouTube. You'll find our station there, and you can follow us throughout the summer. Video coverage of Docs baseball is presented by Denny Satellite Shop, your local cable and satellite pros. That's Denny Satellite Shop. They'll get you set up to watch all your favorite sports and movies and TV shows. Contact Denny Satellite Shop at 541-672-0199. We'll go ahead and get ready for our first break here in the pregame show. It's the Mercy Centennial Medical Group pregame show, including a diverse group of highly skilled providers so that you can find the provider and specialist you need right here in your own community. That's Centennial Medical Group. We'll come back after a 2-minute break with a word with head coach Jeremiah Robbins here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Back here with more of our Mercy Centennial Medical Group pregame show as the Docs get ready to wrap up Day 3 of the 4th of July tournament here at Champion Car Wash Field. We get a chance to catch up with head coach Jeremiah Robbins here in the pregame show. Coach, a little bit of a change-up with the lineup of the games throughout this tournament with some adjustments here today, but you guys got a chance to play earlier. We didn't get a chance to be out here for that game. Tell us how things go. Looks like took a loss against Humboldt.
Yeah, Humboldt's a really good team, but once again, Jekyll and Hyde for the Docs again, and the wrong team showed up. But we had a few individual efforts I really enjoyed. We got Dominic Tatum in the game, and boy, I thought he pitched really well and did some things that we thought he could do for this club. So he belongs up here with us, and he's going to do some things, and obviously preparing him for spring for Roseburg High School. So, but we were just kind of no really emotion as we went through the day. And Humboldt's a really good club, and you get down early to them, you're trying to play catch up against a good club. It's just hard to do. We showed some fight in the fifth that kept us out of the 8-run rule, which I like that, which was able to extend our game, and we got to play all 7. But we got to be better in the batter's box. Fielding wise, we were okay. Pitching wise, we need to be a little bit better with our starting pitchers. They're running up their pitch counts early in the game. It's just killing them when it comes to 4th and 5th inning when they're already about 75, 80 pitches. So they got to be better there, pitch a little bit more contact, and win 0-0 counts. I mean, we're just putting their hitters in 1-0 counts all day long, and we got to get a little more sick'em in us. And that's the good thing about this tournament. Like we've talked in the past, we're right back at it tonight. So this is a big game for us. If we want to play on Sunday, this is a must-win game for us tonight. So we'll rally them up and get ready to go.
You talk about your pitching there. Last night we saw Drake Bourgeois with a great outing out there, pitching all 7 innings. And some of the things that you were talking about that you'd like to see from your guys were some of the things that Drake was doing last night. How about that performance from him?
Oh, phenomenal. And you talk about having a presence on the mound and, man, showing some energy coming off the mound. And, man, he was locked in last night. And that was a great example for all of our pitchers to kind of see. We've got to pitch with that emotion and that passion and that intent. And, boy, he just competed his butt off and did it. Last night was a huge game, coming off of a 5-game slide there, and to snap that and get us back on the good side. But, that's the thing with this team. We're still learning this piece. We've had examples of good and bad as we went through, and hopefully we'll stick to the good one, and we'll have some really good results.
That energy piece you mentioned there, and Drake mentioned that he was antsy in the dugout. He wanted to get back out there and keep pitching, and he was talking about the energy that he was having there, and Jonathan Stone said that energy was helping the other guys out. Is there a way you as a coach can get them to get to that point, or is it just on them that you can tell them as many times as you want, but it's on them to get to that point?
I think at our level, and we've talked about it a lot, the next level, college baseball, and man, it's their accountability and how much they care about the game. We talk about it a lot, we address it a lot, but they've got to take their ownership to it for sure.
As we get ready here tonight, you finish things out, taking on this Springfield Timbers B team here this evening. What have you seen from them throughout this tournament? I know you've been here watching games all day. So
yeah, they're scrappy. You let them hang around, they'll beat you, and we got to make sure we don't let them hang around. We got to go after the game, attack it. Flush this 245 game that we just lost, and get back on the horse and get back down the runway. So we'll see what happens. We got to punch early and keep punching, or they'll take it from us.
Things got mixed up with some teams having to leave the tournament here, but is the format for the tournament going to be pretty much about the same? The game you played earlier, still counting all those records and everything, it's all going to be based on your win-loss going into Sunday?
Yeah, it is, and we still, so each team that left is from both brackets, so a Severson bracket and a Withers bracket, so that's changed things up a little bit, but it's all about that win-loss record going in, and everything will still be seeded on Sunday. So today and tomorrow you're playing to get to Sunday, and we want to play as many games as we can, obviously in our home park. So tonight's a big one for us, really big.
And I know it's kind of been in the back of everybody's mind throughout everything going on right now. And then, of course, we have it pop up with a couple of players that ended up testing positive, and so that's why these teams pull out. For you, I know safety has been a big issue. So as you get to this point, finding out that the teams have to pull out of the tournament and cancel their seasons because of that, what's that put in the back of your mind as you guys continue to try and get this development season shown all the way through?
Well, number one thing is we got to continue our precautions that we're taking and tracing, and so we have the names, numbers, and all the stuff we have if something does pop up. Fortunately, the team that happened with. It was one of their lower level teams that hadn't been in Roseburg in the tournament. So, we're watching it. Obviously, we're skating by the seat of our pants as we go through this because, it's not getting any better with the cases popping up. But, we're doing our due diligence. Our commissioners are just doing a phenomenal job of cleaning the stadium, cleaning our dugouts, the restrooms, and doing our best to encourage the social distancing. So we'll see how long we can keep this thing going. We got to do our part, though, and we are doing that.
It's a nice reminder there that, you get back into the familiar role of playing baseball, but you got a reminder that those things are still out there. So we'll wrap things up there with Coach Robbins. Thanks so much, Coach.
Thanks, Joey.
Well, we appreciate the time from Coach Robbins here in the pregame show as we continue on with the Mercy Centennial Medical Group pregame show. Centennial Medical Group includes a diverse group of highly skilled providers so that you can find the provider or specialist you need right here in your own community. We're counting down towards first pitch, getting close to it for tonight's game as we continue on. Do want to address what we talked about there to wrap things up with Coach Robbins. As the word got out, I'm sure that many Docs fans heard, or baseball fans here in Southern Oregon heard, Grants Pass had a couple of players that did test positive for the coronavirus, and they were on their lower-level teams by the report that we're getting there from Coach Robbins. They were not players that made the trip here to Roseburg for the tournament this week. Grants Pass had played on Wednesday and on Thursday, so players that were not here, but obviously the rest of the team probably had been exposed to those guys in the last week or so, and so out of an abundance of caution, they pulled out of the tournament. Grants Pass actually has made the decision to forego the rest of their season because of those positive tests. Also, Newburgh was here for the tournament, and after finding out that the couple of players had tested positive on another team, Newburgh decided that they would, out of caution, call it a go, or call it a day and head back home here from Roseburg. So 2 teams withdrawing after those positive tests. Obviously, we wish the best for everybody in that and hope everybody stays safe. But it does cut down the number from 10 down to 10 down to 8 for this tournament for the matchup. But as Coach said, there was one team from either side of the bracket. So you've got the Severson division, named after legendary coach Don Severson for the Docs, and then also Dan Withers, another legendary coach. That is the namesake for the other division. The Docs are in the Withers division, where Abbeys from Newburgh pulled out, and then Grants Pass pulling out of the Severson division there as well. So it'll still work out that you'll have the leagues are even, and we'll see how things play out with all the records-wise and everything. Docs are at the moment 1-2 in the tournament, and as Coach said, if they want to make it into Sunday's championship day, this could be a must-win for them. Looking at Sunday, you've got to be top 3 in your division to make it into those Sunday games, and right now the Docs are right there in the thick of it. You've got Eugene in the top at 3-0. And then you've got this Timbers B squad is 0-2. A win tonight against the Docs would really put them in the mix. The Docs are 1-2. And then you've got the Lumberjacks Baseball Club out of the Portland area that is 0-2 at the moment in that Withers division. So the Docs do have their work cut out for them if they hope to make it into Sunday's championship day. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's matchup, so stay with us. A 2-minute break. We continue on with the Mercy Centennial Medical Group pregame show after this here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
This is Ducks Baseball on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score. Today's broadcast is made possible through the generous sponsorship of these local businesses.
Back here at Champion Car Wash Field as we wrap up our Mercy Centennial Medical Group pregame show. We wrap things up with a quick look at tonight's starting lineups as we get ready for today's game. Coaches are about to head towards home plate to exchange the lineup cards with tonight's umpires, and then we'll be ready to go. Taking a look first at the visiting Springfield Timbers tonight. They are the Timbers elite team, the B squad. And that is not a knock on this team. Still a very talented team, the lower tier team out of the Springfield club. And this program will have A.J. Sargent leading things off in center field, followed by the second baseman, C.J. Franklin. The catcher, Leo Reeves, will bat third, followed by Tanner Wyndham, the third baseman. Thomas Touchette is the starting pitcher. He bats in the 5 spot. Colin Leveretz is in right field. He'll bat 6th. Hitting 7th and playing at first base, Ty Johnson. Isaac Volker Morris, the left fielder, will bat 8th. And Dylan Springer, the shortstop, will be hitting in the 9 position. That is the starting lineup for Coach Simons. And the starting lineup is brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. As the Docs get ready to take the field, we'll take a look around the diamond, brought to you by Colorcraft. You don't need to look far to spruce up your house this summer. Head to Colorcraft in Roseburg. They're a paint store, not a paint department. For the Docs on the mound tonight is going to be Peyton Hope, the right-hander from Sutherland High School, class of 2019. Spent last year with the Umpqua Community College Riverhawks. Got a chance to pitch a little bit with the Riverhawks throughout the spring season before the season was canceled. 8 innings worked for Hope so far this summer. He's got a 1-1 record, a 3.37 ERA, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks so far for Hope. Behind the plate, the battery mate, Sam Guastaferro from Umpqua Valley Christian. C.J. Gale, also from Umpqua Valley Christian, out at first. Cade Johnson from South Umpqua out at second to start. Jay Stoffel from Roseburg High School starting at third. At shortstop, Dawson Gillespie from Roseburg High School. In the outfield, from left to right, Brett Narkowitz from Glide High School. And then from Roseburg, Jet Black and Doran Gillespie in center and right to finish out our look around the diamond. We're getting ready for the top of the first inning. It's coming up here momentarily as we get ready for tonight's matchup. Taking a look at our conditions for tonight's game. It's going to have been another beautiful day here in Roseburg and out at the ballpark, but we're starting to see the shadows start to creep across the field from the left field corner. Center field already in a few shadows out there as we get a little bit of a later start. Third base in shadows as well. You've got the light stands, the light poles stretching across the diamond already. As we get ready to go, it's 73 degrees in Roseburg. And looking at the temperatures, we'll probably be in the low, upper 60s, maybe hitting still 70 degrees by the time we wrap things up here tonight. Last night we got a chance to play under the lights, and looking at the timing, I imagine the lights will start coming on here in just a little while at the ballpark as well. Tonight the Docs wearing their blue tops, Docs across the front of the jerseys in white, numbers on the back in white as well, gray trousers, blue socks, the blue caps with the orange R on the front for the Docs tonight. On the other side for the Timbers Elite, They've got the gold-yellow tops with the numbers on the back in orange, the gray trousers and the two-tone caps, the gray hat, and then the yellow bill with the looks of the Oakland Athletics out there for the Timbers Elite. That is a look at the matchup tonight. We'll go ahead and take a 60-second break and come back with the first pitch of tonight's ball game. This is Docs Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM. Docs Baseball coming up tonight for you here on 541radio.com and on the Score. Happy to be with you. Joey Keyran along for the ride with you here tonight. Tonight's game also streaming online at 541radio.com where you can watch the action for free thanks to Denny's Satellite Shop. Out on the mound, Peyton Hope getting his warm-up tosses in as we get ready to go here tonight. Docs come in at 5-6 on the season. The Timbers, I did not find out their overall record for the season, but in the tournament they are 0-2 so far. So they'll be seeing if they can get their first win of the season, or excuse me, of the tournament here this evening. Leading things off, A.J. Sargent, the center fielder, will stand into the box as we get ready to go. Today's game brought to you by Good Vibration, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. First pitch from Peyton Hope misses low for ball one, and we are underway here tonight. A good showing from the crowd here this evening to tune in for the game and come on out. Pitch in for a strike, a 1-1 count now for Sargent. Good showing this evening, although staying within our requirements for fan attendance here at the ballpark. Strike taken again by Sargent, gives him a 1-2 count. Out on the mound, Peyton Hope is in shadows, so he pitches out of the shadows to the plate. Gets a breaking ball. Ooh, just low and inside. Didn't look off by much. A 2-2 count for Sargent as he gets things led off for the Springfield Timbers Elite Club. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball slowly hit towards second. Charging in, Cade Johnson will fire to first. C.J. Gale waiting for the first out. One away. C.J. Franklin, the second baseman, will dig in next. Cade Johnson has not had a lot of time out on the field defensively. Johnson, only a sophomore this last year at South Umpqua High School, so getting some valuable experience this summer. Digging in, Franklin, a left-handed batter, will take low and outside for ball one as we start off this first inning here. One away and nobody on base. The 1-0 from Hope, fouled off. The bat hitting all sorts of people on that one. Hit the ball, fouled it off. Then the swing went around and I think caught Sam Guastafaro on the backswing on his helmet. 1-1 count for Franklin. Franklin wears number 1 on the back of his jersey as he fouls off another pitch for strike 2. So does the on-deck hitter, Leo Reeves. It's kind of like college football. You can wear the same number. Usually you don't get a chance to be on the field together, though. And, well, that's going to be the case tonight for the Timbers squad. The 1-2 is high and away on the breaking ball from Hope. Peyton can't get the hitter to chase after it. Goes to a 2-2 count yet again with one out and nobody on, top of the first. Swing and a miss. That is a strikeout. First of the game for Peyton Hope. Strikeouts brought to you by MSK, True Value in Building Supply. You won't strike out when looking for the tools and materials needed for your next project. MSK, True Value in Building Supply, located in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. 2 down, and it's Leo Reeves, the catcher, who will bat next. Not only do they wear the same numbers, but Franklin and Reeves both hit left-handed. First pitch in for a strike to Reeves. The 0-1 from Hope. Swing and a miss out of Reeves. Going after the breaking ball low and not letting up at all. He had everything behind that one. It's an 0-2 pitch for Peyton Hope. Check swing. Softly hit to third. Charging in, Jay Stoffel. The throw on the run. Got him just in time at first. Leo Reeves will go down as the final out. A 1-2-3 inning for Peyton Hope. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Through a half inning, it's still a scoreless ball game. We go to the bottom of the first. Doc's coming up to hit. We'll take a look at their starting lineup when we return. This is Doc's Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Come back for the bottom of the first inning. Doc's Baseball here on the Score, brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. It's time now to look at the starting lineup, brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control for your Docs. Tonight, Doran Gillespie will lead things off, starting in right field. And second baseman, Kate Johnson, will bat second. Jay Stoffel, the third baseman, will bat third, followed by Jet Black, the center fielder. C.J. Gale at first base will hit fifth, followed by Ryan Knight, the DH. Sam Guastafaro, the starting catcher, will hit seventh. In left field, Brett Narkowitz batting eighth. And the starting shortstop, Dawson Gillespie, will bat in the 9 spot. The DH being utilized for starting pitcher Peyton Hope. That is the starting lineup for head coach Jeremiah Robbins, brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. On the mound tonight for the Springfield Timbers Elite, it is Thomas Touche, a right-handed thrower on the mound. And he will face off against Doran Gillespie, who's batting .286 this season. Doran went 2 for 3 in today's earlier game, a 9-3 loss against the Humboldt team from California. And Doran will take low for ball one as he starts off the bottom of the first inning. Scoreless ball game here from Champion Car Wash Field. We'll take a look around the diamond defensively for the Timbers Elite here in just a moment. The 1-0 to Gillespie hits the outside corner for a 1-1 count. Doran and Jay Stoffel, who will bat third this inning, both with 2 hits in that game earlier. The only players with multiple hits for the Docs in the earlier game. Outside from Touche, a 2-1 count for Gillespie. Getting things started here in the bottom of the first inning. Strike on the inside corner, evens up the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll take a look at the defensive alignment after this at-bat for Gillespie. Doran will dig back in. The 2-2. Check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not, according to the umpire out at first. The count will go full for Touche. Out of the windup for the righty. High and inside for ball 4. Leadoff walk issued. It's time to take a look around the diamond, brought to you by Colorcraft. You don't need to look far to spruce up your house this summer. Head to Colorcraft in Roseburg. They're a paint store, not a paint department. Behind the plate is Leo Reeves. Out at first base, Ty Johnson. C.J. Franklin at second. At third, Tanner Wyndham. At shortstop is Dylan Springer. In the outfield from left to right, Isaac Volker Morris, A.J. Sargent, and Colin Leveretz. Your starting lineup defensively for the Springfield Timbers Elite. First pitch misses to Cade Johnson, who comes in, limited at-bats this summer. He's batting 167. The 1-0 pitch. It misses low for a 2-0 count. Playing in at third base, Tanner Wyndham, expecting maybe a sacrifice bunt attempt out of Johnson here, but he hasn't shown a bunt yet. The 2-0, he gets around on it, lines it out to left field, charging in, a diving attempt by Volker Morris. Can't come up with it. Just missing out there for the left fielder. And there is your first hit of the ball game, a single to left field. Cade Johnson will get on at first. Up to second base goes Doran Gillespie. Jay Stoffel will bat, hitting .481 this summer. Down, he was above .500 before yesterday's game. So it's dropped a bit, but he is coming off of a pair of hits in the earlier contest against Humboldt. He takes the first pitch for strike one in his first at-bat of the night. Docs managed only 5 hits earlier today against Humboldt. They haven't collected a lot of hits in this tournament. I think 4 or 5 has been about the average for the Docs throughout this tournament so far. But they did get a big win yesterday, 6-0 against the Lumberjacks Baseball Club behind a great pitching performance from Drake Bourgeois. The 1-1 to Stoffel. He gets on one out towards right field. High in the air for Leveretz. Tagging at second is Gillespie. He'll go to third. The throw is cut off. Fly ball out to right field for Stoffel. One away. Up to third base goes Doran Gillespie. Runners on the corners with one down. Jet Black, the center fielder, will hit. Stands in at an even 300 this summer. Jet, one of the team leaders in RBIs this season. On the mound, Thomas Touche with runners on the corners looking for a ground ball double play here. First pitch to Jet, low and outside. Starts off with a 1-0 count. Jet this summer, 5 RBI. That is tied for third most on the team. Drives this to left field. Well hit out there. Volker Morris, though, is underneath it. He'll catch. Tagging and heading for home. It's an RBI sac fly to left field for Jet. Really looked like he got a lot more of that one. The ball sailing out towards mid-left field. And Volker Morris playing at a good depth, able to get under that one easy, but his throw not in time to get Doran Gillespie tagging from third. A sac fly. Jet drives in the first run of the game. Docs take a 1-0 lead. C.J. Gale will bat, the first baseman. Takes low and outside. Batting with 2 down, and Cade Johnson still on at first base. C.J. Gale just under 200 on his batting average, looking to bring that up. The 1-0 is outside for a 2-0 count. Final game of the day, day 3 here at the 4th of July tournament here at Champion Car Wash Field. Been a lot of great games. Some scores a little lopsided this morning. I think the schedule got mixed around a little bit. That might have thrown some teams off. .30 count here for C.J. Gale. And it misses high for ball 4. Gale will draw a 4-pitch walk. Second walk issued by Touche here in the first inning. Runners at first and second with 2 down. Ryan Knight, the DH, digs in. Knight is batting .091 right now. takes strike one to lead off his at-bat. So he's looking to get something going. Chops one down the third base line. It will trickle into foul territory for strike two. Knight has one single on the season. Does have 2 RBI. He's walked twice, struck out 4 times. He steps back into the box with 2 strikes against him. Trying to keep things going here in the bottom of the first. Docs with a 1-0 lead. Swing and a miss. Got him chasing after the breaking ball. And that'll finish things off. But the Docs do get one run on 1 hit. There were no errors for Springfield and 2 men left on base. After 1 inning of play, Docs lead 1-0. Back with more here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Docs Baseball here on the Score is brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning, your best choice for the finest indoor comfort control. Call them today at 672-6707. Top of the second inning, the 4-5-6 hitters will lead things off. Third straight lefty in the lineup card. Tanner Wyndham will bat. And big cut on the first pitch from Peyton Hope for strike one. Hope now has a 1-0 lead to work with as we begin the second inning. Interesting stat about scoring in the first inning for the Docs. It's the 0-1 swung on, big cut again for Wyndham. He's got an 0-2 count. The Docs have scored in the first inning in 9 of their 12 games so far this summer. It's not bad, scoring early. Unfortunately, Docs are, of course. Actually, they have scored 8 out of their 11 games so far. This is game number 12. It's a ground ball hit towards second. Johnson knocks it down, stays with it. Quick throw to first to get Wyndham for the out. 1 away. Up to bat will be the pitcher, Thomas Touche. So 8 of the 11 games that the Docs have played, they've scored in the first inning. Unfortunately, they are only 5-6 on the season, so that hasn't necessarily translated into victories. But it's always good to get a run early in a game. First pitch to Touche from Hope is low and outside. The only games they have not scored in the first inning was the one they played earlier today against Humboldt, and then their first 2 games of the season against the Eugene teams. It's a foul ball. Gives Touche a 1-1 count here against Hope. The first game of the season against the Eugene Challengers, they didn't score in the first inning. They ended up winning that game, though. And then against Ole's Athletics, they didn't score in the first one of that one either. Pitch in the dirt for ball 2 here to Touche. So those first 2 games, the Docs did not score in the first inning, but they did win both of those games. Then the last game, though, they didn't score in the first inning, but lost 9-3. 3-1 count here for Thomas Touche. Digs back in with 1 out and nobody on to start the second inning. He takes ball 4, and that'll be a walk. First base runner for the Timbers Elite. Peyton Hope's first walk issued in the ball game. Colin Leveretz. Leveretz will bat with 1 on and 1 out, the right fielder. Peyton Hope. Peyton Hope checks with his middle infielders. Make sure he knows who's got the bag. If the runner decides to go, is the ball fouled off at the plate by Leveretz, who get a courtesy runner for the pitcher. And it is Brendan Hawk out there who will run for Touche. After the foul ball, an 0-1 pitch coming up here for Hope. Gets him to foul off another one. Strike 2 against Leveretz. Leveretz behind here early. Hope has done a nice job of, for the most part, getting ahead of batters, and that was something that Coach Robbins pointed to in the pregame show. The 0-2 pitch leaves one in the dirt. Throwaway pitch there. Leveretz does not chase. Infield is mostly in shadows now. Some sun trickling through at first base. C.J. Gale has to fight the sun. The ball gets away from him on a pickoff throw, and heading to second base will go Hawk. So Docs will have an error there. Puts a runner at second base. That throw low from Peyton Hope. Gets away from the first baseman and allows the runner to move up 90 feet. 2-2 count at the plate for Leveretz as he takes low and inside for ball 2. Dawson Gillespie and Cade Johnson out there holding the runner on up the middle. 1-0 lead for the Docs, top of the second. Springfield threatening. The ball goes through the legs of Guastafaro and up to third will go Hawk, who is running for Thomas Touche. Wild pitch, bounces, and through the legs of the catcher. Count also goes full here for Leveretz. After getting ahead with 2 strikes against the right fielder, Peyton Hope now falls to a full count. The 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, got him looking. Second punch out of the game for Peyton Hope. It's also the second out here
Number 19, Ty Johnson.
in the second inning for the Springfield Timbers Elite. Ty Johnson, a left-handed batting first baseman, will dig in. A 1-0 count for him after the first pitch misses outside. Ground ball up the middle. That might have a chance. It'll get through. We got a tie ball game. 2-out single up the middle for Ty Johnson. Drives in a run. Hawk will score. It's a 1-1 game here in the top of the second.
Next batter, number 12, Isaac Volker-Morris.
At the moment, that'll be an unearned run against Peyton Hope. 1-0 count to start off for Isaac Volker-Morris. The left fielder with 2 outs, trying to continue the trend here from Ty Johnson. He takes in the dirt. Guastafaro blocks that one, keeps it underneath him, doesn't let it get by this time around. 2 balls and no strikes to the 8-hitter. Hope working out of the stretch, checks the bag. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike here against Volker-Morris. They shade him towards right field, with Jet Black playing well over towards the alley. Low and inside for a 3-1 count, though, for the 8-hitter. There's a decent-sized gap out there in left center if Volker-Morris can get around ahead of one. Swing and a miss. He will not make contact with that one. Full count with 2 down and a runner at first. Tie ball game after giving up the lead here in the second. The 3-2 pitch. Runner going, of course. And the pitch is outside for ball 4. Well, this inning has taken a turn for Peyton Hope. He has walked 2 and gave up a 2-out single to give up the lead. Up to second base will go Johnson. And on at first is Volker-Morris after the walk. Dylan Springer, the 9-hitter, digs in, and he takes for strike 1 on the low outside corner. This is the trend that Coach Robbins was addressing in the pregame show. His pitchers throwing a lot of pitches early in games and getting their pitch counts really high when they get to later in the contest. There's another strike taken by Dylan Springer. Maybe Peyton Hope is mentally turned the page back to what he was throwing in the first inning. He's back ahead 0-2 here against Springer. Swing and a miss and a big strikeout to finish it off. Third of the game for Peyton Hope. But a run comes in here in the second. 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 Doc's error and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It's a 1-1 ball game here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Back for the bottom of the second inning. Doc's in a tie ball game with Springfield. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc's Baseball on The Score.
Bottom of the second inning. Catcher number 10, Sam Guastafaro.
Sam Guastafaro will lead things off for the Docs here in the bottom of the second. Facing Thomas Touche. First pitch swinging, and Sam will foul it into the backstop off the wooden roof here at Champion Car Wash Field. Ricocheted back out down to the dugout for Springfield. Guastafaro will start with strike 1. The 0-1 from Touche is high for a 1-1 count. Tonight's game is brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning and by our friends at Flyaway Travel. Book your travel plans with their travel experts, now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg. Guastafaro grounds one to short. Springer up with it. His throw to first. A stretch. Got him at the bag. Ty Johnson with the stretch to get the out at first. Guastafaro moving down the line quickly there. One down for Brett Narkowitz. The left fielder comes in tonight hitting 167 on the year. First pitch he takes low for ball 1. Out on the mound, Touche so far has only allowed 1 hit, but he has given up a couple of walks, which hurt him in the first inning. Speaking of hurting, Narkowitz fouls off a pitch, hitting right off of his shin, calf area. He's rubbing it a little bit right on that left shin. That's smarts. He's got a 1-1 count. They'll give him a moment to breathe here as the catcher Leo Reeves will head out for a quick visit. Doc's in the third base dugout. Coach Robbins has threatened a couple of times to try and mix it up, see if he can spark his team, get out of a little bit of a funk they've been in. They have now lost 6 out of their last 7 games. So 1-1 to Narkowitz. He takes for strike 2. Snapped the 5-game losing streak yesterday with their 6-0 win against the Lumberjacks, but then lost to Humboldt earlier today. A 1-2 to Narkowitz out towards center field. Could drop in. It will. Sliding attempt from Sargent. He won't get there. Backing him up. Leverett is there to make the play. Second hit of the game for the Docs. And they go into second base goes Narkowitz. He gets in there. The ball gets away. He'll move up to third. Aggressive base running and a little bit of luck for Narkowitz. So Brett will move all on a single. He'll move all the way to third. Throw got away just a little bit, it looked like, on the throw back in, and that's where Narkowitz decided, I'll take second. Then the throw gets away again, and he takes third. Dawson Gillespie will bat with one out and a man at third. Gillespie batting .250 on the year. He fouls off the first pitch. So that'll be 2 errors on that play for Springfield. 1-1 count for Gillespie. Throwing error on the first overthrow and then a throwing error on the second overthrow. Narkowitz at third. He'll take off for home on the ground ball to short. Springer came up with it after a bobble, and his throw to first is low. Was not going to be in time to get Gillespie. Dawson will drive in the go-ahead run for the Docs. Gets on base with the error. That'll be the third error of the inning. And up to bat will be the top of the lineup, Doran Gillespie, with 1 on, 1 in, and 1 out. 2-1 the score. Docs in front. Shadows now taking over most of the field. Lights will start kicking on here real soon. Strike taken by Gillespie. He walked in the first inning, scored the first run of the game for the Docs. Touche working out of the stretch. That front leg real straight as he leans back, kicks and fires home and misses outside. So some miscues here in the second. Gives the lead back in favor of the Docs, but Touche trying to limit the damage. If he can get out of this with only giving up 1 run, I think he'd count his lucky stars. A ground ball towards second, could be 2. Flip to the bag for second base. They get the lead runner. Dawson Gillespie will be forced out at second. C.J. Franklin had to charge in to get to that ball, then took just a little extra to get it out of his glove. He does get it in time, though, to Dylan Springer for the out at second base. There's 2 down. Docs stay out of the double play, but still just have a man at first. Batting now is Cade Johnson, taking the first pitch for ball 1. Doran Gillespie at first now. 2 down. Bottom of the second. Strike taken on the outside corner for Johnson, who had the first hit of the ball game. Single to left field back in the first inning. A 1-1 pitch to Johnson. Touche over the top with his fastball, misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Tonight's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? The 2-1 misses outside. Now with 2 strikes, with 2 outs, and a 3-1 count for Johnson, will Gillespie be taking off on this pitch? Not looking like it, and he does not as the pitch is low and outside for ball 4. That'll be the third walk issued by Touche. Runners now at first and second. Heart of the lineup here for the Docs. Jay Stoffel will bat. Stoffel hitting .481 coming into the day. He's 0 for 1 in the contest, though, with a fly ball out to right field. He takes low and outside on the first pitch. Stoffel takes for ball 2. Jace with a team-high 8 RBI this season. He's got an RBI opportunity here. The 2-0 is elevated. Well ahead in the at-bat. 3 balls, no strikes. A walk here would load the bases for the cleanup hitter, Jet Black, who drove in a run in the first on a sacrifice fly. 3-0 pitch is taken outside for ball 4. Back-to-back walks with 2 outs here in the second inning. Not a trend that a coach is going to be excited about there. Bases loaded with 2 down. Gillespie, Doran at third. Cade Johnson at second. Jay Stoffel at first. Jet Black hitting here with 2 outs, and he takes outside for ball 1. Golden opportunity for the Docs to really try to stretch this one out a little bit. Touche struggling to find the strike zone. Jet gets underneath the ball. Dead center field. Going back is Sargent. He is camped underneath it, and he will make the catch for the final out. Docs load him up, but they can't bring in more than just one. One run in on one hit. There were 3 errors for Springfield and 3 men left on base for the Docs. It's a 2-1 lead for Roseburg as we head to the 3rd inning. This is Docs Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
This is Ducks Baseball on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score. Today's broadcast is made possible through the generous sponsorship of these local businesses.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Starting the 3rd inning, Peyton Hope out there now with a lead once again to work with. He'll take on the top of the lineup here as he faces A.J. Sargent, but starts out behind. 2 balls, no strikes against Sargent, who is 0 for 1 in the game. Ground ball to shortstop. Charging in, Dawson Gillespie. Low throw to first, but scooped up by C.J. Gale to retire Sargent for a second time. Sargent with a pair of groundouts up the middle right now for his 2 outs. 1 away as we go to C.J. Franklin. We let you know that tonight's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. First pitch to Franklin misses low for ball 1. C.J. Franklin struck out back in the 1st inning. His Timbers Elite team is trailing 2-1 at the moment. Strike for a 1-1 count for Peyton Hope as lights start flickering on here at Champion Car Wash Field. The 1-1 from Hope. On the outside corner, called for a strike. Strike zone friendly for Peyton here in this at-bat. The 1-2 to C.J. Franklin is outside at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Couldn't get him to chase after a pitch in the similar area, but a little further outside on that last one there by Franklin. Right idea. I like it. See if we can get the hitter to chase what was just a strike. They go back on that low outside corner, swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. 4th strikeout of the game for Peyton Hope. 2 down, and Leo Reeves will bat next. Strikeouts brought to you by MSK, True Value in Building Supply. You won't strike out when looking for tools and materials needed for your next project. MSK True Value in Building Supply, located in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. First pitch, swing and foul tip once again into the glove for strike 1 for Leo Reeves. Reeves grounded out to third his first time at the plate. Takes outside, a ball and a strike. Lights on in left field. They haven't quite started yet. Coming on out in right center. There's a strike across, and Reeves finds himself in a 1-2 hole. Now they're starting to click in. The 1-2 pitch, low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Looking forward to tomorrow night, I believe, after the conclusion of the final game. They're going to allow people to stick around and watch fireworks here from the stadium as a 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. 5th strikeout of the game for Peyton Hope. Once again, he retires the first 3 batters in order as we go through the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Docs hang on to the 2-1 lead. So go to the bottom of the 3rd here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
This is Ducks Baseball on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score. Today's broadcast is made possible through the generous sponsorship of these local businesses.
Head to the bottom of the third inning in this 7-inning contest. Final game of day 3 here in the 4th of July tournament from Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg. Joey Kieran with you. Josh Nelson helping out tonight on the video side. Back in the studio, Brenton Cranford and Grady Hamilton running the ship on the radio side of things. We appreciate you tuning in for tonight's broadcast, whether you're listening on the radio or following the game on the video stream. Hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. CJ Gale will lead things off for the Docs here in the third inning. Roseburg leading 2-1. First pitch to Gale is inside for ball 1. Tonight's game is brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Gale walked in the first inning on 4 straight pitches. He finds himself in a similar situation, leading 2-0 in this at-bat so far. Out of the windup for Thomas Touche. Gale will rocket one towards short, takes one hop, Springer low throw, scooped at first for the out. Ty Johnson will make the play. 6-3 the put out. Hard hit ball there for Gale, just right at the shortstop. And you can't draw him up much easier than that. One hop for Springer. Takes it about waist high and an easy throw across the diamond. Nice long hop for Johnson to pick off the turf. First pitch to Ryan Knight, jammed him, pops it up on the infield, goes to the second baseman, C.J. Franklin, for out number 2. And just like that, Thomas Touche has 2 retired in the third, and the Docs will go to Sam Guastafaro. Sam grounded out to short in the second. First pitch high and inside for ball 1. Lights starting to kick in. Will start taking effect here in a bit. Really brightening up the ball field. Looks great at night with the new turf and the alternating dark and light green. I think it looks real great under the lights. 2-0 count here for Guastafaro. Touche winds and fires and misses outside. Coach Jeremiah Robbins is down at third base in the coach's box there. He was one of the architects for the design here at Champion Car Wash Field, and I'd have to commend him. Did a great job making this place look sharp. A strike on the outside corner for Guastafaro. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 down, and nobody on in the third inning for the Docs. Guastafaro pops one up, but it'll get out of play. Fighting his way back, Thomas Touche has a full count with 2 down. Trying to get a 1-2-3 inning in the third and keep it a 1-run ball game. The full count pitch. Grounded towards third. In front of it, Wyndham. Over to Johnson, and it is a 1-2-3 inning. Docs can't do anything against Thomas Touche. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're through 3 innings of play as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Docs leading 2-1 on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
on the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Tanner Wyndham will lead things off for the visiting Springfield Timbers Elite. Part of that Springfield Timbers organization. New name this year for that program. Wyndham is 0 for 1 in the game. Takes high for a 1-0 count from Peyton Hope. Tonight's game brought to you by Cruz Farms Market, now open for the season. Don't forget the pie. The 1-0 from Hope. Swing and a miss. Big cut. Wasn't cheated on that one. Wyndham, a 1-1 count. They used to be the Willamette Valley Titans last year, and they have changed their name over to the Springfield Timbers, going with a historic name for the program. So another big cut out of Wyndham. He's got a 1-2 count from Peyton Hope. With it being a independent summer for them, no Legion baseball, they've managed to put together 2 programs. So 1-2 is high and away for a 2-2 count. I don't know if they'll look to do it again. Obviously here in Roseburg we have the multiple teams. Docks and then the Pepsi bottle caps. Dr. Randall's. It's 2-2. Fouled away by Wyndham. Last year the bottle caps and the Randalls, they were single-A teams playing a single-A schedule, and then the Docks were the triple-A team. Springfield Timbers, they've got a triple-A team, and now they've got this second-tier team, which possibly could be a single-A team for them next year if they keep the 2 teams in that Legion program. Full count now for Tanner Wyndham as Peyton Hope misses, bouncing a pitch in. And Hope wants a new baseball. Full count pitch coming up here to lead things off in the 4th inning. Sharp hit ball right to third baseman Jay Stoffel. Line drive shot right at him. And he makes the easy adjustment there to make that catch. Stoffel, I think, at first. Quick flinch with the ball coming his way, trying to react, and then realize that ball, easy play to be made. 1 down. The pitcher, Thomas Touche, will bat. He reached on a walk his first time up. Swings and misses is strike 1. Touche got on with the walk. Then the courtesy runner, Brendan Hawk, takes over. An error got him to second. A wild pitch got him to third. And then he scored on a single by Ty Johnson. It tied the game at the time. The 0-1 bounces away from Guastafaro. A 1-1 count. Peyton Hope against Thomas Touche. Just a 1-run ball game here. 2-1 the score. Felt like the Docks have been in control in this one, but they have not been able to take more advantage of miscues by Springfield. Low and inside, 2 balls and a strike now for Peyton Hope, working against Touche. 3 errors up on the board for Springfield, but the Docks didn't capitalize. Strike down the middle on the 2-1. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out with nobody on here in the top of the 4th inning. Hope winds and gets a swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Picked it up out of the dirt. Guastafaro throws to first, a little high, but staying on the bag. C.J. Gale makes the play. That is the 6th strikeout tonight for Peyton Hope. He is firing. 6 strikeouts. He does have 2 walks in the game, but he has got the ratio in the right favor. 2 down, Kyle Leveritz, will bat. He takes low for ball 1. Lights on, taking effect here tonight at Champion Car Wash Field. Swing and a miss out of Leveritz. Gives him a 1-1 count. Sweatshirts on, jackets coming out. As we make our way into the evening hours. High chopper towards short, picked up by Gillespie. Got to make a quick throw, and it's there on target. Gale receives for the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Peyton Hope has now retired 7 straight batters. Another 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Docks leading 2-1 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Heading to the bottom of the fourth inning, a 2-1 lead for the Docs here tonight as we wrap up day 3 of the 4th of July tournament. Still on the mound pitching, Thomas Touche gets a pop fly to center field off the bat of Brett Narkowitz. There to make the catch is A.J. Sargent, retiring the first batter of the bottom of the 4th. 1 down, Dawson Gillespie will bat. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza and by our friends over at Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Pick up a delicious, refreshing Pepsi today. Gillespie 0 for 1 in the game. He pulls one down the left field line, but it hooks foul for strike 1. Dawson Gillespie reaching on an error in the second inning, but drove in a run. Hits here with 1 out, nobody on. He got around on that one. Looked a lot like that 3-run homer he hit back at the start of the season. He takes low and outside. He's got the only home run of the year for the Docs. He got around on an inside pitch and just drove it over the left field fence about 325. He takes low and inside for a 2-1 count. Make it low and outside. Two-one pitch from Touche. Pulled towards short. The roller there off the end of the glove for Springer, and he will not make a play. Second time at the plate that Dawson Gillespie has grounded it to short and reached on an error. Springer couldn't handle that low roller. Did not take a hop at all, just stayed low to the turf. He didn't keep the glove down long enough. Hit off the end of the leather. Dawson Gillespie on at first. Doran Gillespie will step into bat. Doran is 0 for 1 in the game, reaching on a fielder's choice in the second. He fouls back the first pitch for strike 1. Tonight's game brought to you by Umpqua Dairy, your local dairy since 1931. Oh, 1 pitch coming up here. Touche set. A number of checks over his shoulder. Throws in, and the pitch is low and outside for ball 1. Coming up tomorrow, games get started at 8 a.m. It'll be Medford and Humboldt. Battle of two teams with some good records. Ground ball to short. Not in time to get the runner at second. In safely will go Dawson Gillespie. Again, a fielder's choice for Doran Gillespie. He gets on at first.
Next batter, second baseman, Cade Johnson.
Cade Johnson bats. Runners at first and second. A chance for the Docs with 1 out to maybe add some insurance here, leading 2-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Line drive shot, knocked down by the third baseman, Wyndham. He'll get the play to second, and on the transfer, the second baseman, C.J. Franklin, loses the baseball. So they'll get the out at second. And that is 2 down. They say that Franklin was trying to get the ball out of his glove to try and turn 2. And that's where he dropped the ball, not while he was catching. So Johnson gets on with the fielder's choice. Up to third base goes Dawson Gillespie. Good defense there. Wyndham staying with that. Knocked it down on the line drive that almost got by him. Stayed with it and was able to get one out of that play.
Number 9, Jay Stoffel.
Jay Stoffel will hit. He is 0 for 1. Walked his last time at the plate. He's got a 1-0 count here. Runners again on the corners with 2 down. Stoffel fouls off a pitch for a 1-1 count. So tomorrow we start at 8 a.m. Medford and Humboldt. Medford 1-1 in the tournament. Humboldt is 3-0. Leading the way in the Severson division. Pitch inside corner called for a strike. Jace with a 1-2 count. Then you've got Medford and Ole's Athletics, which is 1-2 in the tournament as well. Jace reaching for one, rolls a soft grounder to second. The flip to the bag at second is in time. A bobble by Franklin, but he's able to stay with it, gets it to Springer, and retires Cade Johnson. Well, the Docs look like they might have been able to start brewing something here in the fourth, that they cannot get the hit that they needed. They score none. On no hits, there was 1 error for Springfield and 2 men left on base. Go to the 5th inning, still a 2-1 ball game. Docs in front here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Starting the top of the 5th inning, Docs leading 2-1. Peyton Hope still throwing on the mound. He has got a 2-1 count against the leadoff man, Ty Johnson, as we welcome you back here to Champion Car Wash Field. Ty Johnson, 1 for 1 in the game with an RBI single in the second. The lefty takes low and inside, and he's ahead. 3 balls, 1 strike. Tonight's game brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Hope's 3-1 pitch got him to swing and foul off. Johnson couldn't barrel up the 3-1 pitch and now finds himself with a full count. Stepping out of the box, waiting for Hope to get set. Johnson will dig back in. The 3-2. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Mixing it up there, Peyton Hope. A good comeback in the at-bat against Johnson. Strikeout number 7. It's another MSK True Value and Building Supply strikeout. Good strikeout numbers tonight. Peyton had just 4 coming into it. He has got 11 on the season total. And he gets a strike on the outside corner to start off the at-bat against Isaac Volker Morris. The left fielder walked back in the second inning. Swing and a miss out of Volker Morris, and he finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Peyton's 0-2 delivery. Outside, can't get him to follow. Docs coming up tomorrow. Games will be played at all the scheduled times, 8, 10:15, 12:30, 2:45, 5, and then 7:15 as a pitch misses low, 2-2 count. Docs just play once tomorrow. They'll take on the Timbers A team. So this is the B team. Tomorrow the Timber A team, the AAA club. It's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Another strikeout for Peyton Hope. 2 away. 9-hitter Dylan Springer will bat. The Timbers A club is 1-2 in the tournament. They just the game prior to ours, they had a comeback win 7-5 against Medford. Scoring late to get a win in that one. 1-0 count to start things off here against Springer. Even things up. Peyton gets a strike across, knee high on the outside corner. Hope looking for another 1-2-3 inning. Is 1-1, swung on and missed again. Peyton has now retired 9 straight. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He strikes out the side. 9 total in tonight's ball game for Peyton Hope. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Peyton Hope wheeling and dealing. A 1-hitter so far. Doc's leading 2-1, trying to get him a little bit more insurance when we come back in the bottom of the 5th here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
First batter for the Docs, number 18, center fielder, Jet Black.
Jet Black will lead things off for the Docs as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Tonight's game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op. Jet puts the bat behind one to start it off and lifts it out to left field. Underneath it, Volker Morris is there for the catch as Thomas Touche will retire the first batter of the 5th inning. He is into the 5th, and he's only allowed 2 hits in the game, 2 runs against him. Not got much help from his defense, 4 errors, but he's been able to work around it. As a swing and a miss for strike 1 here to C.J. Gale. 1 out, nobody on. Docs leading 2-1. Again, DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop, a proud sponsor of Docs Baseball tonight. The 0-1 grounded softly. Third baseman in front of it at shortstop, and a throw across the diamond. Tanner Wyndham will retire C.J. Gale, 2 down. Ryan Knight batting. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly ball out.
Next batter, number 25, Ryan
Up to bat, Knight was trying to improve his sub-100 batting average and has not been able to get a base hit to do it so far. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner. So we've got ourselves a pitcher's duel here. The 0-1 swing and a miss, and Knight finds himself down 0-2. Delivery. Touche trying to get through this 5th inning quick. Ground ball up the middle. Knight will get it into center field. Feet first slide by C.J. Franklin, the second baseman. I thought maybe he might get to it. Would have been a tough throw to first to make the out. And Ryan Knight will get on base with his first hit of the game, 1 for 3. First hit for the Docs since the 2nd inning. 1 on and 2 down. They'll make Thomas Touche pitch to at least 1 more batter. Sam Guastafaro 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts. Hits a hard one towards short, taken on the 1 hop, long out across. And Dylan Springer will make the out, 6-3. Docs get 1 on the base hit, but they can't do anything with it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We're through 5 innings. A quick one here, a pitcher's duel. It's a 2-1 lead. Docs in front as we go to the 6th on 541radio.com and on the Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For the Docs in the 5th inning, no runs.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
We go to the 6th inning. Docs in front 2-1 here on the score. Joey Kieran with you. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow. Around 7 o'clock, that is the goal, but we have not been able to get the 7 o'clock game to start on time, so just keep that in mind. Tomorrow, Docs and the Springfield Timbers playing 7:15 the schedule. We'll have it for you whenever they get started. First pitch in from Peyton Hope is a strike against the leadoff man, A.J. Sargent, who is 0 for 2 in this one. Slaps that one foul. Out of play for an 0-2 count. Some action in the bullpen for the Docs. It's Jacob Luther throwing in the bullpen for the Docs. Although Peyton Hope out there looking pretty sharp. He is retired now 10 straight batters, and he has 9 strikeouts in the game. Couldn't get Sargent to chase. A 1-2 pitch misses low and inside for a 2-2 count. Also some action going on in the bullpen for Springfield. Got a righty out there warming up. Behind on the 2-2 pitch, Sargent fouls it away, stays alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 count. High, and the count will go full. I imagine they got Jacob Luther throwing because Peyton Hope's pitch count starting to get a little high. Full count pitch. Another foul ball from Sargent keeps him alive and keeps the at-bat going. Luther looks like he's ready to come in. This could be it for Peyton Hope here, no matter what happens in the at-bat. 3-2. Outside for ball 4. Well, now Luther back on the mound throwing again now in the bullpen. 3rd walk for Peyton Hope tonight. He's been pretty sharp, but does have the 3 walks, and that will break up 10 straight batters retired. Sargent on base for the first time this evening. C.J. Franklin will bat. Runner going, the pitch low and inside, gets by Guastafaro. Stolen base there for Sargent. Gets him out to second base. A 1-0 count for C.J. Franklin as Hope overthrew on the inside corner. Franklin is 0 for 2 in this game with a pair of strikeouts. Jacob Luther looking for a bounce-back performance after giving up 8 runs in 1 inning his last time out. He is in the bullpen warming up. The 1-0. Squaring the bunt. Pulled it back, takes for a strike, does Franklin. One pitch here for Franklin. Playing in at first is Gale. Playing in at third is Stoffel. The pitch high for a 2-1 count. They are expecting that sacrifice bunt to try and move A.J. Sargent to third. Get the game-tying run 90 feet from home. 2-1 pitch coming up. Not showing bunt yet. Franklin will square late. He gets it down third base side. He only plays for Stoffel. Throw to first. Gets by. Game is tied. Franklin will go to second on the overthrow. And that bunt defense, less than stellar for the Docs there. Sargent was going to get to third, but he goes to the plate on the error. First of the game, make it the second of the game for the Docs. We got a tie ball game 2-2. So Franklin will get to second on the throwing error. Leo Reeves will bat. The ball gets away from Guastafaro, and up to third now goes Franklin. That's the go-ahead runner, now at third base with nobody out in the sixth inning. It's been a tight ball game all the way through, a pitcher's duel, and Peyton Hope had been doing really well. It only allowed one hit. He still has only allowed one hit back in the second inning. But now he is in some trouble. Ground ball picked up by the second baseman, Cade Johnson. Good glove work out there. And he saves a possible run. Johnson diving, playing in on the infield, dives up the middle to make that stop. Look back to runner at third and throws to first to get the out. One down. And now out to the mound will go Coach Jeremiah Robbins for a call to the pen. Jacob Luther will come on. It's a call to the pen brought to you by Shelby and Migulated Construction, your local leaders for any project, big or small. Over 30 years of quality, affordable work. Call Shelby and Migulated or visit their website, WeBuildHouses.com. The night is done for Peyton Hope. Unfortunately, he will exit without a win possibility, and he will hope to keep a loss at bay. Jacob Luther will take over. We'll tell you about it when we come back. This is Docs Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Jacob Luther will take over on the mound for Peyton Hope, trying to keep the Docs in a tie ball game here. And Luther fires a swing and a miss out of Tanner Wyndham, the starting third baseman, who's 0 for 2 in the game. And the Docs in a 2-2 ball game here against the Springfield Timbers Elite Club. The 0-1 from Luther is outside for ball one. So Peyton Hope comes out of the game. He worked 5 in the third inning. Gave up one hit, one run, make it 2 runs. Let me get this right. I've gone through 0 to 2 now. He gave up 2 runs, 3 walks, and 9 strikeouts. That ball went all the way to the backstop, just missed by Sam Guastafaro. But the pass ball does not hurt them. The only runner on base is C.J. Franklin at third, and he does not try to score on the pass ball. Wyndham with a 2-ball, 1-strike count. So Hope leaves the game with the run he gave up here in the 6th. That takes away any possibility of a win for Hope here tonight. So he will not improve on his 1-1 record, win-loss record there. But if Franklin scores from third here in the 6th inning and the Docs lose, it would go against Peyton Hope. Strike at the top of the zone, a 2-2 count now for Wyndham. So Peyton Hope's in the dugout hoping that Jacob Luther and the defense behind him can keep the runner at third from scoring. There's only one out, the 2-2 pitch to Wyndham. Breaking ball, he thought about it, trying to protect the strike zone, and he does not chase as the ball is in the dirt for a full count. Infield defense is playing shallow, so is the outfield. Wyndham, the cleanup hitter. The lefty digs back in, 3-2 pitch is high for ball 4. So Luther will issue a walk to start off. Thomas Touche will bat. He is 0 for 1. Struck out swinging his last time up.
The next batter, number 7, Thomas Touche.
Touche, the starting pitcher, now has a possibility of maybe getting a win. Runner at first takes off immediately, swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Guastafaro had to trap that one underneath him, so he did not have a chance to try and throw. Down to second, a stolen base for Wyndham. Runners at second and third now. The 0-1 pitch here to Touche, 2 men in scoring position, and Luther bounces it in. The last outing for Jacob Luther, not a sharp one. Against Grants Pass, Docs were leading 9-5 at the time, and he gave up 8 runs in the top of the 8th inning to Grants Pass, and the Docs would lose. Ground ball up the middle will get through. Go-ahead run comes in to score. Jet Black will fire the ball in, and that holds the runner at third. RBI single for Thomas Touche, and he's given himself the opportunity at a win. A single to center field. C.J. Franklin scores, and that'll close the book on Peyton Hope, and unfortunately he exits the game with his team down 3-2.
Next batter, number 17, Colin.
And he will be on the verge of possibly taking a loss here tonight. Runners on the corners again with 1 out. Colin Leveretts will bat. He's 0 for 2. Luther takes his time and will step off. Three to 2 the score. Springfield now in front of the Docs. Pickoff throw to first. Back in safely goes Touche. They might have actually brought in the courtesy runner. It is Brendan Hawk out there again. Luther fires in. Runner goes to second. They will get the out there, but a run will score. Tanner Wyndham comes in to score. Docs had no chance to try and throw back to the plate to get him. 2 outs, bases empty. At the plate, a 1-0 count for Colin Leveretts. Now a 4-2 lead for the Timbers. And a swing and a miss, strike 1 for Leveretts. The 1-1 delivery from Jacob Luther. Ground ball to short, picked up by Gillespie. Over to first for the out, but the Docs now have their work cut out for them. They trail 4-2 against the Springfield Timber Elites. 3 runs come in here in the top of the 6th inning on 1 hit. There was 1 Docs error, and you had nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Whole new ball game here. 4-2. Springfield in front. Back after this on 541radio.com and on the score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
This is Ducks Baseball on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score. Today's broadcast is made possible through the generous sponsorship of these local businesses.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Brent Narkowitz will lead things off for the Docs here in the bottom of the 6th. And Narkowitz will get second life at the plate. He fouled off the first pitch he saw up in the air. Lost it in the lights. Ty Johnson couldn't track it. The pitcher, Thomas Touche, was trying to chase it down, but he had a long way to go, and he couldn't recover for his first baseman, who just absolutely couldn't find the ball in the sky. And so that one falls in foul territory. Brett Narkowitz with a second chance. He is 1 for 2 tonight with a single back in the second. Scored the go-ahead run at the time for the Docs. He tries to bunt at this one, and he finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Narkowitz back in the second, got on with a single. 2 errors, got him all the way to third, and eventually came around to score on a ground ball and an error by ground ball hit by Dawson Gillespie that resulted in a throwing error, allowed him to score. That was back when the Docs led 2-1 at that time, and they led 2-1 all the way to the 6th inning here. Springfield putting 3 runs on the board, taking a 4-2 lead. Low and outside to Narkowitz. He finds himself in a 2-2 count. Tonight's game brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Give them a call at 672-6707. The 2-2. Outside by Touche, and the count will go full. Again, we have had some action in the bullpen for Springfield. Out of the windup here for Touche. And he bounces it in. So Narkowitz, second life after the foul ball drops. He works his way to a walk. That'll be the 5th walk issued by Thomas Touche tonight. And that prompts a visit out to the mound for Springfield's coaches. We've got a call to the pen brought to you by Shelby and Migueleta Construction. We'll come back. We'll take a look at your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update when we come back and tell you all about the new pitcher. Docs baseball trailing 4-2 when we come back here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
This is Ducks Baseball on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score. Today's broadcast is made possible through the generous sponsorship of these local businesses.
We've had a call to the pen brought to you by Shelby Migueleta Construction. The new man on the mound will try and take a stab at it here, but take a quick look at the Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update at the moment. 4 runs on 2 hits and 4 errors in the ball game for Springfield. For the Docs, 2 runs on 3 hits and 2 errors in the contest. That's your Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update. Garrettson Building Supply helping build better communities, supporting our Douglas County community for nearly 100 years. New man on the mound is Nolan Christ. The right-hander will fire high for ball 1. Christ will take on Dawson Gillespie in his first at-bat. Or first batter faced, I should say. Missing inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Thomas Touche pitches 5 innings, gave up 3 hits. Credited with 2 runs, both earned right now, 5 walks, 1 strikeout. The runner at first, Brett Narkowitz, would credit to Thomas Touche if he were to come around and score. But Touche exits with a victory in his pocket at the moment. Doc's trying to take it back. 2-1 count for Gillespie as Christ finally gets a strike across. The 2-1. Gillespie fouls it away. Well, we got 2 players that wear multiple numbers. Number 1, number 3, number 7, number 10. All of them have 2 players listed for those numbers, and I believe all of those guys are here today, so that has made it a little bit confusing. We did not know exactly who number 10 was that was taking over on the mound out of the bullpen, but we have gotten word it is Nolan Christ as a 2-2 pitch misses outside. Full count now for Christ against Gillespie. Full count. Dawson Gillespie trying to get something going for the Docs here in the 6th inning. They trail 4-2. Kay Johnson takes off for second. Unfortunately, he will not get credit for a stolen base because at the plate, Dawson Gillespie takes ball 4. Gillespie stood in, took that pitch outside. Narkowitz took off real early. The Timbers all calling for Chris to step off the mound. He delivers instead, and he missed outside for ball 4. Back-to-back walks for the Docs to start off the 6th inning. Game-tying run now on at first. A pitch in the dirt for Doran Gillespie. We'll start out the at-bat from Nolan Christ here. Christ struggling to find that strike zone here right off the bat. Out at second base. I called him Cade Johnson. It's actually Brett Narkowitz, excuse me. Narkowitz getting a big lead out there. Back to the bag after a strike against Gillespie. A ball and a strike. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. Good speed on the bases here for the Docs as they try to get back in this one. The 1-1. Gillespie, line drive shot. Takes one hop at second. Narkowitz had to go back. He was going back to the bag with the expectation that ball might have gotten caught in the air. Wanted to make sure he didn't get doubled off, so he had a late break to third. At shortstop, Dylan Springer knocks that ball down. Base hit, though, for Doran Gillespie. As Springer got to it, up the middle, tried to make a play, couldn't glove it. Bases loaded. Nobody out. Cade Johnson will bat here. Johnson is 1 for 2 in the game. He's been on base all 3 times. He pulls it down the third base line, foul. Starts out with the 0-1 count. That ball, heat-seeking missile towards Coach Jeremiah Robbins, who was trying to get out of the way of the ball and out of the way of the third baseman, Tanner Wyndham, who was chasing to field that one. The 0-1 from Christ misses just outside for a 1-1 count. Johnson had a single back in the first, walked in the second, and then reached on a fielder's choice in the fourth. Top of the lineup has gotten on base quite often. Gillespie's on base for a 4th time in the leadoff spot. Johnson got jammed. That ball in the air will carry out of play as Wyndham gives up on it. Will trot back to his spot at third base. 1 ball, 2 strikes now against Cade Johnson. At third base is Narkowitz. Dawson Gillespie at second. Doran Gillespie at first. The 1-2 to Cade Johnson. Swung on and missed. A big punch out there for Nolan Christ. First out of the 6th inning. And now the Docs have to try and stay out of a double play option. Base knock could tie this game up, though, for Jay Stoffel. He is 0 for 2 in the game. First pitch, Stoffel fouls away. Jace, last time up, grounded to second base. They went to second for the final out, so fielder's choice for Stoffel. An 0-1 count with 1 away. Check swing, but called for strike 2. Nolan Christ trying to battle his way through this jam here. Bases loaded with 1 out. His team leading 4-2. Jace at the plate. The 0-2 is low. Good location there from Chris, keeping the ball low, trying to get the hitter to chase out of the zone. One-two count. Nolan Chris kicks and fires. Jace fouls off the pitch, staying alive. Jet Black's waiting on deck. Bases loaded. They got him playing in on the corners. Ground ball right to the first baseman or third baseman. They'll likely go home to try and get the lead runner. The 1-2. Chase takes inside for ball 2. Some of the fans not happy with the no strike call there. Chris working through. A 2-2 pitch. High and inside, moving the head out of the way. Jay Stoffel finds himself with a full count. Time called. To the mound will go Tanner Wyndham, the third baseman, A quick moment of encouragement for his pitcher. Back to his spot. Three-two pitch coming up. A walk will bring in a run. The pitch. Jace fouls it off, makes him work again. Stoffel making Nolan Chris really work for it here. Chris has already walked one and given up a hit. Bases are loaded with one out. He does have a strikeout as well. The 3-2 pitch again for Stoffel. High and inside, ball four. A run comes in. The walk scores Brett Narkowitz. Everybody else up 90 feet. Dawson Gillespie to third, Doran Gillespie to second, Jay Stoffel on at first, and it brings up Jet Black. Jet will hit with one out. He is 0 for 2 in the game, had a sac fly in the first to drive in a run. If he could do that again, we got a tie ball game. He takes high and inside. Same pitch that Jay Stoffel just got that put him on base to drive in a run. Nolan Christ struggling here in a relief appearance, the 1-0. Jet fouls it away. I don't want to say struggling. The Docs hitters have definitely made him work through the at-bats. He walked Dawson Gillespie on a full count pitch. Gave up a base hit to Doran Gillespie. Managed to strike out Cade Johnson and then walked Jay Stoffel on a full count after a couple of foul balls. So he's been working. And he gets a breaking ball across for a strike. A ball and 2 strikes now against Jet Black. Still just one out, though. And the bases are loaded. The 1-2 delivery from Christ. Jet takes high. He's talking to Jet and Jace and Spencer about their golf games the other day. In between games. Apparently, Jet is quite the golfer. I did not know. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. That was not a golf shot. That one upstairs. He goes chasing for strikeout number 2 to Nolan Christ. And a big moment here for the Docs to try and get back in this game is slowly slipping away. C.J. Gale will try to keep the opportunity alive. 2 down, bases loaded. Gale is 0 for 2 in the game, and he takes the first pitch for ball 1. Nolan Chris trying to keep this one in the lead for Springfield, and he misses outside for ball 2. Thomas Touche in the dugout watching intently as he's got a win in his hands, and he's hoping to keep it there, although they got to go through the 7th inning still. The 2-0 from Christ is across for a strike. Still a lot of ball game to go, and it's a one-run game, 4-3, Springfield in front of the Docs. Tonight's contest brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. The 2-1, Gale pops in the air, right field line. This a long run. That ball will end up out of play, though. Strike 2 against Gale. Everybody back to their spots. You had Jay Stoffel all the way to third. Obviously, scoring would have been Dawson Gillespie from third easily on a ball hit. And then Doran Gillespie had gotten all the way to the plate. So you got guys running every which direction back to their bags. Back to the dish is C.J. Gale for a 2-2 pitch. Doc's trying to not let this moment pass. The 2-2. High and inside, ball 3. So the runners will be moving on the pitch home. Full count with 2 outs, bases loaded. And second baseman C.J. Franklin's trying to call time. He will go to the mound. And he'll give a word of encouragement to Nolan Christ. It worked out after third baseman Tanner Wyndham did it. Will it work again? Full count pitch coming up for C.J. Gale. Base is loaded with 2 down. Docs trailing by 1. Pickoff throw to second. So maybe not a word of encouragement, more of a strategy. C.J. Franklin wanting to see if they could catch Doran Gillespie, eagerly getting ready to run on the 3-2 pitch. The 3-2. Swung, foul tipped into the glove, strike 3. Hanging on by just a thread, Leo Reeves keeps the ball in the glove to finish off the scoring threat by the Docs, who only get 1 run on 1 hit. There were no Springfield errors. 3 men left on base. A golden moment for the Docs. They couldn't capitalize. They get back within 1. Trail 4-3 as we go to the 7th on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Jacob Luther on the mound for the Docs after taking over in the 6th inning for Peyton Hope, trying to keep the Docs within a run here. He will face Ty Johnson, the left-handed hitting first baseman, as a 1-1 count after fouling off the last pitch. Docs trailing by 1 in what Coach Jeremiah Robbins described as a must-win game. If they want to play on Sunday here in their home tournament, it would be kind of tough for the Docs to swallow if they do not play on the final day of their own tourney. A 2-1 pitch coming up for Jacob Luther. Calling time was Johnson stepping out before Luther could get into his motion. 2-1 pitch. Johnson fouls it to the parking lot. Evens things up at 2-2. You've got the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up here in the top of the 7th. Ty Johnson, Isaac Volker Morris, and Dylan Springer. The 2-2 misses for Luther, and he's got himself in a full count situation to the leadoff man. Volker struck out swinging back in the 5th against Peyton Hope. The 3-2 lifts it out to right field. Doran Gillespie adjusting and will make the catch. Just a minimal adjustment out there in right field for Gillespie. That ball pretty much right to him. And Johnson is 1 for 3 on the day in what could have been his last at-bat of the night. Isaac Volker Morris will bat. He is 0 for 1, a strikeout his last time up. Volker Morris also walked back in the 2nd. Luther's first pitch. Tried to hold back on the breaking ball, could not do so. He goes around for strike 1. Volker Morris behind 0-1. The 0-1 pitch here from Luther. Slap towards second base. Going to get in front of Johnson. And the 8 hitter will get his first hit of the evening. Volker Morris on at first. 1 on, 1 out. Dylan Springer, the shortstop, will bat in the 9 position. They are actually going to bring in a pinch hitter here. Cooper Mullins will bat.
Now batting the new batter, number 2, Cooper Mullins.
Mullins will bat for Dylan Springer, but it sounds like Springer will re-enter the game, if I heard over our crowd mic correctly. First pitch, a strike to Cooper Mullins. In the 9 spot, Dylan Springer had been 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. The 0-1 slapped foul into the parking lot for strike 2 against Mullins. Tonight's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. Luther's 0-2 pitch with a man at first and one out. Pickoff throw to first. Back will go Volker Morris safely. Docs baseball this season also brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. The 0-2 from Luther. Down the line, third base side foul. A couple of times on the white line down the third base side and then just into foul territory, but as it gets to the bag. Mullins behind on that one. He's been behind on the two balls that he has been able to get the bat on. Runner goes, step off. Luther throws to second, and it goes into center field. In safely will go Volker Morris. They had him. That would have been out number 2. Instead, it's the third error of the game for the Docs. And now a runner in scoring position with one out, and there goes the double play option. The 0-2 from Luther. Got him to swing and miss. That pitch in the dirt. Guastafaro looks the runner back at second, throws down to first to get the out. 2 down. 2 away, and A.J. Sargent, the leadoff man, will bat. Sargent is 0 for 2 in the game, walked in the 6th and scored a run. Takes in the dirt for ball 1. Guastafaro working behind the plate to keep that one, and he wore that one. It got him. He is crumpled over in a little bit of pain here as that one will knock the wind out of him. Gives us a moment to let you know tonight's game brought to you by Cruz Farms Market, now open for the season. Don't forget the pie, and by Abby's Legendary Pizza. Speaking of pie, Luther's going to go to the plate and apologize to his former teammate in the high school ranks. Guastafaro and Jacob Luther, both UVC guys. He really got Guastafaro. This is taking a moment here for him. And Luther there to check on him. He's going to get up and walk it off. And the Docs are going to make a change. Guastafaro's still limping a bit as he goes to the dugout. He's in some pain. That got him good. That ball in the dirt. Spencer Six will take over behind the plate. At the dish, a 1-0 count for A.J. Sargent. Spencer Six, a brief visit out to the mound to talk with Luther there. Guastafaro still looking like he's in some pain down in the dugout. The 1-0 in the dirt again. Six blocks it with the chest protector. And A.J. Sargent ahead 2-0. Luther trying to get him to chase the low pitch, just can't get him. The 2-0 is low again, and Six takes it with the glove. Luther making the catchers work here tonight. 3-0 the count. And Luther will walk him on 4 straight pitches. Second walk issued to Sargent. Runners at first and second. Docs down by 1. They're trying to keep it close. So a walk there, not a bright spot for Luther on his relief appearance, and that'll get the pitching coach, Brett Prock, out there to have a quick conversation with Jacob Luther. Docs baseball this evening brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Pick up a delicious, refreshing Pepsi today. And also by Umpqua Dairy, your local dairy since 1931. Doc's trying to get back to 500 on the season. Trying to get to 500 in the tournament. This is a big game for him here tonight. No action in the Docs bullpen or in the Springfield. First pitch to the left-handed batter. That is a foul ball at the plate for C.J. Franklin for strike one. That ball rolled all the way down that first base line in fair territory. But the umpire quickly and vocally declaring that ball was in foul territory. Oh-1 count for Franklin. Six has to knock down another one in the dirt from Luther. C.J. Franklin is 0 for 3 in the game, reached on an error his last time up. He bunted a ball down the third base line with a runner at second base and got on safely. Surprised they're not trying to do that here, although there are 2 outs. Ball to C.J. Gale. I guess that would make sense not to sacrifice a bunt with 2 down. C.J. Gale takes it at first for the final out, and the Docs leave 2 runners stranded for Springfield. No runs on 1 hit. There was 1 Docs error, 2 men left on base. It's a 4-3 ball game. Docs need 1 to tie and 2 to take a win as we go to the bottom of the 7th on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Bottom of the 7th. This is could be it for the Docs in this one. They trail by 1. 4-3 your score as we welcome you back. Joey Kieran here with you. At the conclusion of tonight's ball game, stick around for the Roseburg Disposal post-game show as we recap tonight's action. That'll be Ryan Knight, Spencer Six, and Brett Narkowitz, your scheduled hitters here in the bottom of the 7th to try and keep the Docs with a chance to win. They need 1 to tie, 2 to take the victory. First pitch to Ryan Knight is in for strike 1 from Nolan Christ, the reliever out there to try and get a save in this one. So you've got Ryan Knight is 1 for 3 this evening. Takes outside for a 1-1 count. Knight with a single in his last at-bat, his second hit of the season. But he was left stranded at first. Docs have missed a number of opportunities in this one. The 1-1 outside for a 2-1 count. 11 men left on base for the Docs in this contest. And as I look at it, a number of them left in scoring position. The 2-1 tonight. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Going after a pitch upstairs. 6 of the 11 runners left on base were left in scoring position. 2-2 tonight. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Fourth strikeout for Nolan Christ. He gets the big, important number 1 out in the 7th inning. Spencer Six, who took over for Sam Guastafaro there in the last half inning. Six will get a chance to bat with 1 out, nobody on. Chris, first pitch, chopped, second base side, picked up there by Franklin, who throws to first for the second out. 2 down, and it'll be Brett Narkowitz, who will come up to bat with the game on his shoulders. Chris has come in, he's allowed just 1 hit and has struck out 4. Narkowitz is the last batter to face Nolan Christ for the first time. First pitch. Outside for ball 1. Narkowitz is 1 for 2 in the game with a single and a walk. Again, all of that coming against Thomas Touche. The 1-0. Ground ball towards short. Going to be taken by Springer. Throw to first. Not in time. Quick down the line for Narkowitz. He beats out the slow bounder to shortstop. And Narkowitz will get his second hit of the game. And that'll leave it now to Dawson Gillespie to try and do it. The game-tying run at first, the go-ahead run at home. And that would be the game-winning run there for the Docs. First pitch to Gillespie's outside for ball one. Docs had this one. Again, it's another game they let slip away late. They're threatening for a comeback victory here. They had this game in control and give it up in the sixth inning. Just high and away for ball two here to Dawson Gillespie. Dawson is 0 for 2 in the game. He's reached twice on an error by the shortstop, Dylan Springer, and then reached on a walk in the sixth. So he is 0 for 2, but he's reached base all three times. The 2-0 pitch to him. Outside for a 3-0 count. He got a walk from Nolan Christ in his last at-bat. Christ, it was the first batter he faced, and he walked Gillespie on a full count. Here he's behind 3-0. Could put the game-winning run at first. Although there are 2 outs for the Docs, they're living on the edge. Strike one taken. Outside corner, down low. Gillespie was about ready to toss the bat away, but he's back at the plate with the 3-1 count. Chris takes a look at first. Narkowitz out there. The 3-1 is high and inside for ball 4. Narkowitz will go to second. Gillespie on at first, and Doran Gillespie will bat. Little brother got on. Can big brother bring him around? Game-winning run at first. Game-tying run at second. And they're going to get a courtesy runner, or making a pinch runner at first for Dawson Gillespie. It'll be Luke Van Norman that'll run.
Luke Van Norman needs to run at first base.
Van Norman, maybe just a bit more experienced on the bases, is why they make the switch there. I don't think necessarily. I think Dawson's got good speed. They might have just wanted to go with a guy more suited for the situation. The first pitch to Doran is in for a strike. Inside edge at the knees. Good pitch there from Christ. That's a tough one to hit. And he jumps ahead 0-1 here against Gillespie, who is 1 for 3 today. He's been on base all 4 times. The 0-1. Line drive shot, right center. That's going to get down. We're going to have a tie ball game. Narkowitz will score. Van Norman will go to third, and he gets held up there. Doran Gillespie punches in the game-tying run. The Docs have the game-winning run now at third. Scoring from second was Narkowitz, coming to score easy. And Van Norman goes first to third on the 2-out single to right field by Doran Gillespie. Cade Johnson will bat. Johnson is 1 for 3 in the game. Last time up against Nolan Christ, he struck out. Doran Gillespie, by the way, 2 hits against Nolan Christ. Those are the only 2 hits he has given up. Actually make it now 3 hits that he has given up. 2 of them to Doran. First pitch, a called strike against Cade Johnson. Christ trying to force it into extras. The 0-1 is outside for a 1-1 count. So the victory has been snatched from the grasp of Thomas Touche, starting pitcher for Springfield. Will now get a no decision. Same can be said for Peyton Hope. The 1-1 outside and low for a 2-1 count now to Johnson. Docs are trying to give Jacob Luther a win. If they could score the game-winning run from third here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. And for Luther, it would be his first win of the season if he could get it. The 2-1. Johnson fouls it back. Strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with 2 runners on. Runners on the corners. The runner going. The pitch is high for ball 3 and into second base safely. Will go Doran Gillespie. Gillespie to second base. Game-winning run, though, is the one that counts at third. That's Luke Van Norman. The full count pitch. Johnson belts one out towards center field. A.J. Sargent, though, will get underneath it, and that wraps up the 7th inning. Squared it up, but hits it to dead center for the final out. Docs get the run they need, though, and we head to extras here tonight. 1 run in on 2 hits. There were no errors for Springfield, and 2 men left on base. We will head to the top of the 8th inning, tied at 4 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Situation. Number 1, Leo Reeves.
Come back for extra innings as we go to the top of the 8th. It'll be Leo Reeves that will lead things off, and we've got some information for you. And we'll tell you after this first pitch. Everybody's safe. So, Leo Reeves lays down a bunt and will get on safely. It was designed to be a sac bunt because we start out the inning with the previous runner on second base. They go with the minor league rules, which will be tested out in the major leagues this season, the shortened season for Major League Baseball. The last out of the previous inning starts at second base to try and expedite extra innings. And so a sacrifice bunt was the intent for Leo Reeves, and he instead gets on with a base hit. You've got runners at first and second, or makes first and third, as C.J. Franklin, who started at second, moved to third, and now a stolen base for Leo Reeves on the first pitch to Tanner Wyndham. Jacob Luther's on the mound. A 2-0 count now for Tanner Wyndham as you high catch up here. That's what happens when you start with a runner on base, I guess. Runners at second and third with nobody out. The defense will play in for the Docs. Jacob Luther misses again, and it's a 3-0 count. Luther now with the possibility of getting a win, but he's got to keep his team at least close. It's a tie ball game, 4-4 as we start the top of the 8th. Extras for the first time this season for the Docs. 3-0 from Luther. Gets a strike across. Tanner Wyndham tonight is 0 for 2, walked his last time up. That was the first batter to face off against Jacob Luther. 3-1 pitch with runners at second and third. Breaking ball hits the outside corner for strike 2. That one was close. Wyndham was not happy with the strike call, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be a strike call. Full count pitch coming up for Jacob Luther. No action in the bullpen for the Docs here. So it is Luther's game to be had, and he misses high for ball 4. That'll load the bases. This extra runner on base format is a little different. I know they've been using it in the minor leagues to test it out in Major League Baseball. Now with the shortened season, they want to test it out there as well. It's a little different. First pitch, a strike called against Thomas Touche. Or actually, this will be Nolan Christ, who came in to pitch for Touche. Chris came in the 6th inning. So this will be his first at-bat. And he takes strike 2. Chris falls behind 0-2. Slaps one right side, picked up by the second baseman. They go to first for an out. Cade Johnson at least gets an out, but a run will score on the ground out by Christ. Good glove work there by Johnson. Keep that ball on the infield. I think they would have liked to have seen him be able to at least try and get 2. And they're going to walk the bases loaded here. With first base open, they put on Colin Leverett to give him a force out at every base and possibility of turning 2. First pitch misses now to Ty Johnson, who will bat. Johnson is 1 for 3. Reeves at third. Wyndham at second. Leverett at first, and a ball ripped to the alley in right center. And Johnson's going to drive in 3. He'll hold up at second. The throw to the plate, not in time. A 3-run double for Ty Johnson, and the idea of intentionally walking a runner comes back to hurt the Docs. It's one of those strategies that can be debated until the end of time. This time it does not work out for the Docs. First pitch swinging, ground ball to right field again. Isaac Volker Morris will drive one in the outfield. They're going to send the runner to the plate, and the throw will not get there. And another run comes in. Scoring from second is Ty Johnson. 5 runs in here in the 8th. That is not the good inning for Jacob Luther. And the fans are starting to get up on their feet. Some of the Docs faithful starting to head out. Docs with the rally back in the bottom of the 7th to tie the game and force extras. But here at the top of the 8th inning, things not going Roseburg's direction. It'll be Dylan Springer that hits. He re-enters the game after there was a pinch hitter for him. He'll slap one towards second. Gillespie to Johnson, over to Gale, and that will finish off the inning. So they get through this top of the 8th inning with a double play, 6-4-3, but 5 runs come in for Springfield, and now they lead 9-4. Docs have their work cut out for them. Going to the bottom of the 8th here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Docs trailing 9-4. They will start with a runner out at second base for the Docs in the extra inning rules here. That'll be Cade Johnson starting at second. Jay Stoffel will lead things off against Nolan Christ. Again, it's an interesting not a strategy, but an interesting way to play the game out in extra innings. Added some excitement there in the top of the 8th for the visiting fans. First pitch, a strike for Jay Stoffel against Nolan Christ. Christ looking for a possible win now. Stoffel pops this one up. It will get out of play for strike 2. Jay Stoffel tonight is 0 for 2 with a pair of walks. He does have a walk with the bases loaded for an RBI. Action in the bullpen, and it's the other guy wearing number 10, Ryan Prescott, that'll go out and warm up. No balls, 2 strikes against Stoffel. Out at second base, Cade Johnson to start the inning. Nobody out. The 0-2 pitch. Stoffel fouls off again, out in front of a breaking ball, but he was able to hang in the zone long enough to get a piece of it. Guess we'll see how it plays out in Major League Baseball this summer as well for extra inning games. Johnson, a big lead out at second. Nobody holding him all that close. The 0-2 to Stoffel is high for ball 1. Docs are going to need 5 to try and force it to a 9th inning. 6 would give them a win. They had the game-winning run at third base in the 7th inning, but couldn't bring them around. Strike 3 looking. That is strikeout number 5 for Nolan Christ out of the bullpen. 1 out. Jet Black will bat. Doc's got to get the bats off the shoulder there. Start making some contact. Chris came in the 6th, so he's pitched 2 1/3 innings, and he's already got 5 strikeouts. Jet Black's going to put one high in the air out towards left center field. That ball is going to get into the fence. It stays in the park around second. Got caught in no man's land. Jet going into third, and he's in with a triple to drive in a run. He got a lot of that one. Goes to one of the deeper parts of the park right underneath the scoreboard, the Garrettson scoreboard out there. And he drove that one all the way to the fence. Johnson will score. Docs need 4 more runs. 1 in. 4 would tie it. 5 would take a lead now and give him a win. C.J. Gale will try to bring in Jet Black from third with 1 out. Takes the first pitch for strike 1. Gale struck out swinging against Chris back in the 6th inning. That triple, the first hit of the night for Jet Black, his second RBI. The 0-1. Breaking ball for strike 2 to Gale. Christ has kept the Docs guessing. The 0-2 count. The pitch in. Outside for ball 1. A ball and 2 strikes here for C.J. Gale, looking for his first hit of the evening. This would be a great time to get it. The 1-2. Popped up. First base side, foul territory, giving chase. Ty Johnson will run out of room, and we'll do it again. That one landing on top of the D.R. Johnson dugout down the first base side. So Gale will go back to the dish. He has grounded out twice, struck out once. He's walked once as well. A ball and 2 strikes against him here from Christ. Playing him straight up out there. The 1-2 from Christ. Off speed, got him swinging. So now goes to Ryan Knight to try and keep things going for the Docs here with 2 outs. They're going to need a lot more base runners if they want to come back, trailing 9-5. Ryan Knight foul tips it into the glove for strike 1. Knight has struck out twice this evening. Last one came in the 7th against Nolan Christ. Docs need a 2-out rally. They've got Jet Black on at third. That's it so far. The 0-1 is outside for ball 1. Jet with the triple to left center, scored 1 run. Docs need 4 more, though, to keep this one going. The 1-1 from Christ. Knight pops it up to center field. Racing in now, Sargent calling for it. And there it is. The game is complete. Docs will fall against the Springfield Timbers Elite. 9-5 is your final score. We'll come back and recap it for you with the Roseburg Disposal postgame show after this 2-minute break on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
This is Ducks Baseball on Douglas County's Home for Sports, The Score. Today's broadcast is made possible through the generous sponsorship of these local businesses.
Welcome, everybody, to the Roseburg Disposal postgame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122. Back here at Champion Car Wash Field, where tonight the Docs will finish off Day 3 of the 4th of July tournament with another loss. They lose twice today as they fall against the Springfield Timbers Elite Club. And with an extra inning collapse, 5 runs in the top of the 8th, does it for Springfield. They come back to win tonight against the Docs. 9-5, your final score in this one. Taking a look at our final Garrettson Building Supply scoreboard update in this one tonight. 9 runs on 6 hits, 4 errors for the Timbers, and 5 men left on base. You would look at those numbers. 6 hits, not very many. 4 errors, quite a bit. Only 5 men left on base. You would think the Docs had a real good shot at winning tonight's game. You'd be right. They just could not quite make it happen. 5 runs for the Docs tonight on 7 hits. They committed 3 errors in the game and left an astounding 14 men on base here tonight. Docs had a 1-0 lead after the first inning. It was tied 1-1 after the top of the second. Docs take a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the second inning. And that was the score all the way through 5 innings. But in the top of the 6th, the Timbers would get 3 runs against the Docs to pull ahead 4-2. Docs got 1 back in the bottom of the 6th to make it 4-3. And they tied the game up in the bottom of the 7th to force extras with a run there. Tied at 4. They go to extra innings. They put the extra runner out at second to start the inning. And Springfield would take advantage. They score 5 runs in the top of the 8th inning to pull ahead 9-4. Docs get 1 run back on a triple by Jet Black, but that was all they'd muster in the final frame as they fall 9-5 here tonight. Getting the win will be relief pitcher Nolan Christ, and taking the loss is going to be Jacob Luther, his second loss of this season. When we come back, we will take a look at some more of the stats from tonight's ballgame. We'll also name tonight's player of the game for the Docs as we welcome you back to the Roseburg Disposal postgame show after this 2-minute break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Polishing off tonight's broadcast here as the Docs fall this evening against the Springfield Timbers Elite. Docs will go to 1-3 in tonight's contest or in the tournament here. As they lose this evening, the Timber Elite team will go to 1-2 in the tournament. So the Docs, they've got their work cut out for them if they want to try and make it into a game on Sunday. And tomorrow is going to be a big day for them as they take on the top-tier Timber team. That will be tomorrow night at 7:15, the scheduled time. We have been a little bit behind throughout the tournament, so keep that in mind for tomorrow's game. Let's take a look at the numbers from tonight's matchup. Again, 9 runs on 6 hits, 4 errors for the Timbers, 5 runs on 7 hits, and 3 errors for the Docs here tonight. The Docs, let's see here. Well, first for the Timbers, leading the way with a pair of hits, Ty Johnson had a single and a double. He drove in 4 runs in the game for the Timbers Elite. The big one was in the 8th inning when he had a double to right center that drove in 3 runs to really put the Timbers on top of the Docs in extra innings. Also with 2 hits, Isaac Volker Morris, who had 2 singles, drove in a run as well. Also with a hit, Thomas Touche and Leo Reeves with base knocks in the ballgame here tonight. On the other side for the Docs, offensive numbers with 2 hits, Doran Gillespie, he drove in a run and scored once as well, had 2 singles tonight. And with 2 hits, Brett Narkowitz with a pair of singles in the game. He scored 3 times this evening as he got on base 3 out of his 4 at-bats. Also with hits, Cade Johnson had a single in the 1st inning. Jet Black had a triple in the 8th to drive in a run. He finished with 2 RBI. And Ryan Knight had a single in the 5th inning, but not much really resulted of that here this evening for the Docs. Looking at the pitching numbers, Peyton Hope had a great start. He went 5 in the 3rd inning, gave up 1 hit, 3 runs, only 1 earned, 3 walks, and 9 strikeouts for him over the 5 in the 3rd inning. Jacob Luther came on. He pitched 2 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 4 walks, and 1 strikeout. Luther will take the loss to fall to 0-2 on the year. On the other side, Thomas Touche had not too shabby of a start. 5 innings, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 5 walks, and 1 strikeout. Nolan Chris, though, came on in relief. He did a pretty good job. He gave up 4 hits over 3 innings, allowed 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts over just the 3 innings. So he was a strikeout machine down the stretch for the Timbers Elite. Docs just couldn't manage. They had 14 men left on base in this game, and let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 men out of the 14 left in scoring position. Docs had their moments, just could not get over the hump here this evening against the Timbers Elite. It's time now in the postgame show to name our player of the game for your Roseburg Docs, and tonight it is going to be Peyton Hope. Had a nice outing out there. Things got a little awry for him in the 6th inning when he kind of hit the wall and came out of the game, but he pitched 5 in the 3rd inning, only gave up 1 hit, 3 runs, and 1 earned run, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts, though, for Peyton Hope. He's up to 13 strikeouts on the season in 13 and a 3rd inning work. So really nice outing for Peyton Hope. Unfortunately, the offense couldn't back him up and give him more run support that he deserved here this evening. And Peyton Hope is our player of the game. So the Docs are 1-3 in the tournament, and they will face the Springfield Timbers AAA club tomorrow, who is 1-2 in the tournament. Going to be a big matchup for both those teams if they want to play in Sunday's championship games. Well, championship Sunday. The Docs are hoping to maybe move up to 2nd if possible or get into the 3rd place game. It seems like 1st place probably out of the question at the moment for the Docs after being 1-3 in the tournament. You've got Eugene at 3-0 at the moment. As we wrap things up here tonight, we want to say thanks to all the teams for making the trek out here for the tournament, and thanks for taking part in all of our safety measures to make sure everybody's staying safe out here at the ballpark throughout this 4th of July weekend. I want to say thanks to the Springfield Timbers Elite for being a part of tonight's broadcast. Thanks to head coach Jeremiah Robbins and the entire Docs baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Docs baseball here on The Score. I want to say thanks to Josh Nelson for help with the video production tonight. Thanks back in the studio to Brenton Cranford and Grady Hamilton for the radio production this evening. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran, folks. We will talk to you guys tomorrow night. It'll be around 7 o'clock, hopefully. We've been running a little long. I'll just continue to plug that in your head. We will get ready to go when the game before the Docs wraps up. And it is scheduled that the Docs are supposed to start at 7:15. We hope to get on at 7 o'clock. It may be a little bit later than that. Just stick with us. We'll be on the air eventually. The Docs take on the Springfield Timbers coming up tomorrow as they wrap up the group play of the 4th of July tournament. And we'll have the action for you streaming live online at 541radio.com, or tune in for the broadcast right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.